Ryan says, can you please discuss the religious aspect of the war? As an American Orthodox Christian, I would like to point out the role of Patriarch Bartholomew has played in the war with his schism.
This is a difficult subject for, I think, both of us, certainly for me as a Greek Orthodox Christian. Suffice to say that Ukraine historically has been divided on religious lines, and the majority of people in what was, say, Tsarist era Ukraine, which includes Kiev, Vinnytsia, all of these places in the center of Ukraine, are historically Orthodox, and they've been historically part of the Russian Orthodox Church. In Western Ukraine, much of it controlled first by the Habsburgs and then by Poland, there is the Uniate Church, which is a church that follows or pursues or has adopted some Orthodox rites, but which accepts the Pope as the superior religious leader. So there's been a division, and what has happened over the last few years, and looking back, it's a clear sign that this is a countdown to a war. Within Ukraine, there have been a relatively small number of ex-priests or rival priests who set themselves up as a specifically Orthodox Ukrainian rival to the established Orthodox Church, which has retained some links to Russia and to the Moscow Patriarchate. Well, about 2 years ago, the Patriarch of Constantinople, the ecumenical patriarch, announced that he was recognizing this group as the official Orthodox Church of Ukraine. Now, this he did without consulting with other members of the Orthodox community, and many people, myself, were very upset about that. I saw it as an overt interference by the Patriarch in a political conflict. It was very clear to me that he was doing this under American pressure, and there's been all kinds of suggestions as to why he did it, and whether he was pushed into doing it or bribed into doing it. I'm not going to go into all of that, but I think it was completely wrong. And what has happened since is that the Ukrainian authorities, backed by the Western powers, none of which are, of course, Orthodox, including the United States, have been both promoting this official Orthodox Church, as the Patriarch of Constantinople has recognized it as the true Orthodox Church of Ukraine, the heretical church. Exactly, they've been seizing. It's a heretical church. Yes, they've been seizing all these properties. They've been declared a Ukrainian government official has now openly said that the only Orthodox church that is going to be allowed in Ukraine is this church, in which all services must be conducted in Ukrainian, with all of these, as I said, schismatic, heretical priests. And to my great shame and dismay, the United States, in alliance with the Patriarchate of Constantinople and the Greek government, has been promoting the interests of this heretical church, this schismatic church, across the Orthodox world. So we have a split within Orthodoxy in Ukraine, and I'm afraid it's now spreading across the Orthodox world as well. Now, I find this a very difficult subject to discuss. It's caused me a great deal of distress. It also further shows the extent to which Greece has turned its back on its historical connection to Russia, its friendship to Russia as a fellow Orthodox country, and as a Greek as well. That has dismayed me about the situation with the future of Greece. But the important thing to stress about this religious division in Ukraine is that it is a purely artificial one. This did not come from within the Orthodox community of Ukraine. There was no demand from them to break away from the proper, the true Orthodox Church. This was agreed by the US Embassy, the Patriarch of Constantinople, certain officials of the Greek government, and people like that. So I don't think it is true to say that there is a religious conflict in Ukraine, except, as I said, at the official level. In fact, what there is, as far as I'm concerned, is a persecution by the authorities in Ukraine, who are not, in my opinion, Christians, of the true Orthodox Church of Ukraine. I don't know whether Alex has anything to add to this story.
No, I'll just tell Ryan that we've done a lot of videos on this topic. If you go back to our archive and just do a search, I guess put Orthodox Church in our video search, and you'll find that we've covered this topic. Most notably, we did these videos way before the February 24th special military operation started. So this was being cooked up way before any military conflict was getting underway, which I think is more proof to the point that the preparations to provoke Russia were well underway before the actual fighting started. Because what this is, at the end of the day, is just a way for the collective West to provoke Russia and to remove any type of Russian culture in Ukraine. That's why they created this heretical church, which, like you said, they just created it out of thin air. There wasn't a need or a movement or a desire to create another Orthodox church.
Absolutely. Can I just also say that the way this topic has been covered in parts of the Western media has been horrifying, with the Guardian newspaper in Britain in particular actively supporting these attacks on the Orthodox Church in Ukraine, and talking about the fact that it's supposedly run by Russian spies, which is bizarre. And of course, if you follow the Guardian well, as I do, you know that it has a very strong anti-Christian bias anyway. So here we see them involving themselves in this quarrel, and well, I find those articles also very upsetting and distressing to read.